Hey, Ann, this is Josh again. I got your email. I will kind of go through your other site as well that you've got here. It's Benchmark Home Services. Um, and excuse my mess. I'm working on remodeling a new office space, so I'm kind of just sitting here in my home office, kind of working on stuff. So your Benchmark Home Services is, I guess, another business or another form of drawing leads, maybe. Because like I noticed that like you've got the same, or 440 number here, and then you've got 440 number here. So it's the same area code number, which tells me it's like, yeah, the number's different, so it's the different way for you to draw leads or a different way for you to pull in leads. So this one here, you need to make the most of your space. I like this this build out for a couple reasons. First off, well, I went to your source code, and we can do a quick look for that. You are using Elementor to build that out, which is great. I like Elementor a lot, and that's what I primarily use for web builds. But Elementor has a function that allows you to make this header sticky, right? Make this a sticky header, which I would suggest doing. You want to. That's a big thing across the board. Like anytime I do a website evaluation, your website header needs to be sticky, right? I'll just pull up Bill's website, right? Valor Home Services, right? It's sticky. We got us a sticky header here, and it follows us all the way down the page. It is critical to have that, right? And so he's also using Google, or sorry, Elementor as well, so it's easy to kind of get that set up. Another thing too that I like is I've got him set up with this Google review slider here, right? That kind of it pulls from Google the legit reviews that you have, and I have it filtered to where it shows only 5-star reviews, of course, right? And reviews that have something physical in place. Having reviews show on your website, is in my opinion critical for being able to get somebody interested in purchasing from you, and so it would be something you would want to have kind of high up on the list. If you're low on reviews, some incentives that like a lot of other clients that I have that get Google reviews is they'll say, hey, if you're happy with our service, please fill out a Google review and we'll send you a $10 Amazon gift card or whatever, right? I can generate reviews and have them kind of come from sources that aren't your actual customers, but it doesn't look as, it looks legit. It's just that it always helps to have somebody's story, right? Somebody has a story of something you remodeled for them, and they put that on the review, right? Sending them a $10 Amazon gift card is worth it. It's worth it for that legit review, and so I would suggest doing that because I know I don't know if let's look that up on Google. Benchmark Home Services, right? If we do a Google search, Benchmark Home Services, Custom Home Builders, St. Louis County, Missouri. Okay, so that's obviously not it. So you got Capozzi Design Build, Benchmark Home Services on Facebook. If you don't have a GMB profile for Benchmark Home Services, I would look into getting that. This is servicing Northeast Ohio. That's fine. Your H1 tag for this site, if we look that up, right, /H1, I don't see one. You need to have an H1 tag. That's what tells Google. And your Capozzi Design Build does not use Elementor, it seems, and so if there's a way for you to get that on there, that might help a lot. If not, you can work around that. But because I've got different tools that I use, you can do a sticky header if you've got like an Astra theme, but we can figure that out. You do have an H1 tag here, right? Design, build, remodeling, Northeast Ohio. Always want to have an H1 tag. It's important. It helps to establish your identity with Google. And so the H1 tag for your home page, it is what you're about, right? So in some cases, right, like you might do your, your brand and like design, build, remodeling contractor or whatever, right? And then same goes for, here you don't have an official, H1 tag for this page either. But like I said, like you can have multiple resources as far as like websites. It's just that the most effective strategy is localized search engine optimization, building out material per city and per service, right? Bathroom remodeling, Cleveland, Ohio. Kitchen remodeling, Cleveland, Ohio, right? Basement remodeling, Cleveland, Ohio. You have these different pages built out on different services, right? You've got home improvement, home services. You could have another, drop down called additional service locations, right? And like kind of like, I don't know, additional service areas, right? So we're doing bathroom remodeling, St. Louis, Missouri. Hardwood floor refinishing, St. Louis, Missouri, right? So that's what we're doing for Bill. It's it takes a while to build out content. So every month as part of the search engine optimization, I'm putting out more content, right? More pages that focus specifically on the locations, right? And then what's also built into search engine optimization is my target keywords that I'm going for, like what I'm going to try to rank for my client. I put a list of keywords that we're going after, right, and the time that it's approximately going to take. How many months is it going to take to get on the first page of Google? I can't guarantee number one position because I don't have very good. There's just not tools out there that's going to tell you how long it's going to take to get you to number one, right? Period. Organically. To get to the first page, there are plenty of tools that I use that allow me to estimate how to get to the first page of Google. And so, based on that information, we would go after, a specific town and get you to number one there. And then once we're number one there, or once we're on the first page of Google, we expand, right? We say, okay, now we're going to go after these keywords, and this is what it's going to cost to get these keywords. It's you scale into everything, and you kind of target the areas that you want to really hit first. Areas that have high search volume and areas that are convenient for you to operate in, right? So if you've got any more questions or you want to go through more about this, let me know. Now we'll go into the actual the breakdown of the website. Your Benchmark Home Services site has 36 referring domains with a domain rating of 2. You get about 14 people a month coming through there, and you're ranking for 139 keywords, whereas your Kaposi Design one got a little bit more. You have a little bit more search volume here, but less keywords that you're ranking for, right? And so your domain rating here is 2.6. So you've got definitely you have room to grow. You have room to take your either one of these sites up higher and higher. Splitting SEO between two domains, right, is it's not really the most cost-effective way to do things up front. Maybe you get to a point where, let's say you're like, all right, Josh, I want you to take Benchmark Home Services and I want to go to the moon with it, right? I want to rank on all the services, right? And we do that, and we get you ranking for that. And then you say to yourself, well, Josh, I want to hold more real estate on the digital side of things, and I want to squeeze other people out of the market. So I want you to now, on top of doing Benchmark Home Services, I want you to bring Kaposi Design Build up onto the first page and into maybe the second spot or whatever, right? Because Benchmark, we're aiming for the first for that, right? And then organically, whenever it comes to like the map packs, the top 3 show up, right? And then you would have Benchmark show up, and then you would have Kaposi Design show up, and then there would be a third option, which would be your competitor that would show up as well, right? And then you hold 2/3 or 66% of the market share of the map listings in those areas. That's ruthless. I'm working on that with Bill, but it takes time, right? That's a very time-intensive thing, right? And we're scaling into it as well, right? Like, I'm not guaranteeing number one slot for the side project to get up, right? I'm saying, all right, this is what it's going to cost to get bathroom remodeling up to the first page of Google for St. Louis, Missouri, right? And then we're going to scale into things. So if you want to talk more, just let me know, and we'll kind of go over more on what we need to do to take you higher up and have you rule the market.